finger isn't working. Oh, I got this stuff to do. And I was like, why are you so calm? I mean, I am supposed to be. I do all the things, but yet I'm so stressed out. What is it with you? This is left.
Okay.
Index finger. But still,
Still.
you can't use your hand properly.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not good.
Yay. Let me put music on. Bluetooth.
Wanna go squeeze in next to you?
Yay. So today, continuing back bends, I'm thinking we'll do Dhanurasana and rounds of it. Lots of reclined twists and similar things to what we've been doing before. So if there's anything that you want to work on or that you see for Dhanurasana, I'm thinking a lot about placement of the feet, especially when people can't see them. So when they bend their knees, you can always go up to someone and say, usually what happens is the and then also into this circle or this circle. So your hands can just be a reference to turning toes in towards each other. Yeah. But for all the twists, yeah. Hello. Good morning. How are you? It's good to see you. I know. I'm happy you're here. Fun. How's it been? Yeah, fair. I tried to take it. The only one that I can usually go to is the Tuesday with Emily, and I did it once. I had the greatest time, but it's right before my Tuesday night class. And so by the time I finished, I got up to teach, and I was like, I can't feel my arms or my legs. So I have to find a day to go where I'm not teaching right afterwards, and I can just lay down. Does she teach on Wednesday too? Yeah, she does. Okay, Wednesday. Yeah. Usually when I do a practice for myself, it has to be a day that I'm not teaching, because otherwise I haven't built up that stamina quite yet. You know, it took a long time when the pandemic happened to like teach and practice at the same time, and I haven't made it to other movement, my class, and teach, but one day. Wow, class started at the perfect time before it started really raining. Maybe it'll be over when we leave. We'll start in a couple minutes, everyone. All the props today for our back bends and twists: blocks, blankets, straps, therapy balls, and anything else. I don't have an agenda with the bolster, but if you'd like one and you want to sit on it or lay with it, you're more than welcome to grab one. March 23rd. Oh, I have a workshop coming up. Good to know. I'm glad these are here. Oh, yay. Hello. How are you? Good. Hi, Fran. Good to see you. Good. I know. Toasty. Same. It's like in your bones cold. Yeah. Yeah, you're great there. Hi. Okay. Any requests this afternoon? Any rainy day, Aries season requests? Back. Calves. Yeah, the underbelly of the back body. Yes. Everyone else okay? Yay. I think everyone in here I know or we've met before. But on the off chance, my name is Anisha. Kashika is here assisting each week. We're so lucky to have her. She'll be walking around. I'll practice from here. You know, call her over if you need anything, have any questions. Great insight to have. So for 2 more weeks, is next Monday? Or next Monday we're still in March. Okay, keeping all the ducks in a row. So for the whole month of March, we've been working towards big hip openers and backward bends. And for those of us that have been practicing together, you might remember we've worked on dancer pose for Shiva's birthday, half moon with the thigh stretch. Last week we did a lot of upward facing bow, Urdhva Dhanurasana. And today we'll work towards Dhanurasana, bow pose. And something very beautiful about each one of these asanas that you may know already is that yes, they have benefits. They create space, especially back bends, open up the front of the body, they contract the back body, but they each have a really beautiful mythological component that they're associated with. And there's not necessarily a story about the bow itself, the pose that we're moving towards, but the bow and arrow are infamous and famous weapons that a lot of the deities hold, especially the goddess Durga, the warrior goddess. We talk a lot about her in October because that's usually her time of celebration. But the bow and arrow is thought to be a powerful weapon in the sense that it never misses its target. It is always in the direction that it wants to move towards. And it's a way in which we get to feel and experience big opening through the chest, eyes wide, soft, and clarity in the mind to be able to see the direction that we're moving towards. So we'll do a bunch of those. Hamstring, calf stretches are great what's the word? Complementary. I was like, this is what I'm looking towards. But complementary actions with each other. Take breaks, sip lots of water, pace yourself. If it gets too toasty, tell me to turn the fans on and we can get things a little cooler in here. But thank you for coming. I'm happy we're here together. Can we start lying on our backs, please? Can you have your heads up towards me, feet towards the back of your mat? Have one of your blocks just within a reachable, hands reaching distance. And come to lay on your back this afternoon with your knees bent, feet as wide as your mat. Knock your knees into one another and let your hands rest on your body or alongside of you as you drape yourself onto the earth. Give yourself a moment or two to get as comfortable as you can. Adjust your clothes, your hair, the seat that you're in. And as the knees knock into each other, if that feels supportive, let the weight of your legs really support the other weight. As you soften or let your eyes close, begin to listen for the sound of your breath. We're starting on our backs this afternoon to begin to feel all of those three-dimensional aspects of yourself. The front part of your body, the sides of you, and the back of your body itself. So as you take a few moments to remember and notice your breath, without the need yet to change or shift or alter your breath in any way, just see where your breath prefers to be this Monday afternoon. For some of us, it stays more up in the chest, more in the front of the body. And now the more you notice your breath, can you feel it naturally begin to deepen? Where each inhale moves from your nose, down into your belly, and up into your chest. And as you exhale, offer the breath out through every direction of you. Continue with a few more of those breaths, just on your own. Each inhale moves in, down, and wide. And every exhale pours itself out through you. As you continue to breathe, can you send your breath not just into the front of you, but also to all of those parts that are touching the mat beneath, parts of your hips, parts of your upper back, and even the back of your head. And as we begin our time and our practice here with each other, we'll start with 3 more rounds of that same breath. Wait for your next inhale as it fills you up completely. And exhale to offer that breath out. 2 more times, just on your own. Breathe into the belly and up into the heart. And a long exhale to offer the breath out. Your pace. When you find the bottom of your breath, pause for a moment. Take notice of any difference that comes when you listen for and really remember your breath. And now keeping that attention inward as best as you can. Slowly blink your eyes open if they're not already. And let's all keep the knees bent, feet wide, as you bring your knees over your ankles, so widen the knees away from each other. Your hands might stay on your belly, you might reach them out to the side like a big T. A few windshield wipers, take a deep breath in. Or exhale, drop your knees to the right. As you inhale, take your time to bring the knees through center, and exhale to drop your knees to the other side, wherever that is. Do that once more on your own from side to side. Can you let your belly be soft and full? Can you feel your hips and your glutes almost massage onto the ground as the knees get heavy from one side to the other? Now, after you've gone evenly from side to side, bring the knees back up through the middle, locate your block, and place your block in between your thighs, the middle of your thighs, to give your legs something solid to hug into. Once you find the block in between those legs, bring your arms down by your sides, press your palms down into the floor, and now gently hug the block together. As you inhale, lift your feet up off the ground, bring your knees over your hips, your heels in line with your knees. As you make 90-degree angles, give the block a little squeeze as the feet stay flexed. Now press your palms into the ground, let the back of your head be heavy, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let the knees drop a few inches over to the right, keeping the left shoulder and the left palm pressing into the ground. Inhale to bring the knees back up through center, flex the feet, squeeze the block, and exhale to let the knees drop over to the left, press down into the right hand. Inhale to bring the knees back up. Let's go twice more from side to side on your own. Every exhale, the knees drop over, press the palms into the earth. Inhale to bring the knees up, squeeze the block, continue to flex your feet as the knees move from side to side. Can you press both hands into the ground? Let the back of your head be heavy. And keep feeling the sensation of your belly knitting back towards your spine to steady the middle and low part of your back onto the earth. Continue to hug the block, flex through those feet, listen for your breath. And after you've gone evenly from side to side as the knees come up through center, clear the block, give the legs a hug in towards your belly or chest. Make some small circles, lean gently from side to side. And just notice what you feel here. We'll do that one more time in a moment. So let the belly be full and soft as you take a breath in and a long exhale out through every direction of you. Now this time as the knees come back up through the middle, locate your block one more time. Place it in between your thighs and let your arms, options, you can do the same thing. Your arms can come down long on either side of you. Or if you want to add a little oomph to the upper back, you might bring your hands behind your head and curl your head, neck, and shoulders up off the earth. But really slide the belly back towards your spine, flex the feet, squeeze the block. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let the knees move a few inches to the right to hover. Squeeze the block, flex the feet, big inhale to bring the knees back up. hug the block. As you exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Continue moving on your own. 2 more on the right, 2 more on the left. If the head is lifted, can you curl the head, neck, and shoulders up? Continue to hug the block, flex your feet, and really feel for your breath. Every inhale, the knees come up. Every exhale, as you hug the block, the knees drop over. Feel the belly, the ribs seal onto the earth. And now the second or third time the knees come up through center, release the block from in between your thighs. Lower your head and give your knees a hug in toward your chest and belly. Any circles, maybe some stillness, maybe a round of happy baby, but just notice what you feel as all parts of you soften into the ground. The next place we'll meet is in tabletop. So however you'd like to come off of your back, you might roll over onto one side. You might roll back and forth to press yourself away from the ground. But take your time to come onto all fours facing the front of the room. Your blocks might frame out the front corners of your mat. Wide with your toes curled under. Begin to round and arch your spine as we link breath and movement together through rounds of 4 cycles of breath moving on your own. Remember, it might feel supportive to stay more rounded or arched for a few extra breaths. You might move gently forward and back, your hips toward your heels and shoulders forward of the wrists. See not just how your body is moving independently, but how your breath can really harmonize and influence the movement. Long, steady breaths in and clear exhales out. After your next breath or two, make your way back to table. Walk those hands forward of your shoulders. Bring your knees back behind your hips, and with your toes curled, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take as much time and all the way there. In your down dog, a breath or two here, perhaps it's stillness. You might gently pedal the heels from one side to the other, or bend and straighten your knees simultaneously. But a longer breath in and a deeper breath out through every fiber of you. When you find your next exhale, lift the heels. Tiny bend in your knees, peek forward, and 1 foot at a time, walk your feet up towards your hands to come into your forward fold. The backs of the legs, they feel different at any point during the day. So you might have your hands high up on blocks out in front of your feet. You might widen your feet or soften your knees, all in service of giving your low back and your hips a little extra space. But take a breath here with your head heavy and bowing in towards yourself, a deep breath in and a longer breath out. And now climb those hands up onto your hips. Stand down through your legs, and on an inhale, come all the way up to rise as your hands come down by your sides. With your feet right underneath those hips, wait for your inhale to reach your arms forward and up. As you exhale, soften your knees to fold over your legs. Wait for the inhale to lengthen halfway, hands to shins or blocks as your chest grows long. And on your exhale, fold, plant your palms, and step it back to plank pose. The knees might be up or down, but feel that imaginary block in between your thighs like we did when we were laying, and hug your legs towards each other. Now hug your palms towards each other. Feel the forearms, the shoulder blades start to engage. And notice if your head is dropped, can you slide your ears back so your head is in line with your chest? A deeper breath in. And on your exhale, bend your elbows to lower all the way down. Bring your hands as wide as your mat. Inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra as you lift up through the chest. And on your exhale, we meet in downward facing dog, tabletop, or puppy pose for 3 steady breaths. Let that breath move from your nose into the belly. And with each exhale, regardless of where you are, can you push your palms down and forward to feel your hips lift back towards the back of the room. A deep breath in and a steadier breath out. Now at the bottom of your breath, take your time, lift the heels, soften your knees, and come forward to the top of your mat. You're standing. Brings you halfway up to lengthen, grow longer. As you exhale, fold and bow in. Take a breath in to rise, stand through your legs, reach up, touch the sky, and exhale to release those hands by your sides. One more time, find a block, place it in between your thighs to give those legs something steady to hug into. Think less high up in the groins and see if you can bring it more to the middle of the thighs themselves. Now squeeze the block together, push down through the legs, grow tall through the crown of your head, and with your hands on your hips, hug the block, bend your knees and sit back into chair pose. Hug the block together. Slide your ribs back, the ears back to lift your chin, and sit the hips 1 inch lower to the ground. Your hands can stay on your hips for more clearance in the low back. If you want to add some heat, sweep the arms up to the sky. But take a full breath in, down, and wide. Stay for the exhale. Gently hug the block as you lift up through the chest. And now inhale to come all the way to stand. Reach up, touch the sky. Keep the block there as you exhale, fold and bow in. Hug the block as you come up halfway, hands to those shins, reach long through the spine. Gently hug that block as you fold and bow in. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. It's going to be a little skidder, maybe an awkward. Walk or hop your feet to the back of your mat with the block still there to take it back to down dog. Hug the block, push into the earth to lift your hips up. And now hug the block as you inhale, come forward to plank pose. Now, not an imaginary block, a very real one. Give it a squeeze and think tailbone towards your heels as you slide your chest forward. A big breath in. And on your exhale, bend your elbows to lower down to your belly with the block still there. I know it's awkward, just negotiate with it for a second. Point your feet, hug the block, keep your hands as wide as your mat, and inhale to rise for cobra. Take an extra breath, press the tops of your feet down, hug the block together as you lift up through the heart, a deep breath in, and on your exhale, release, lower down. Now curl your toes under, squeeze the block, press into the floor to rise, table or plank pose, and on your exhale, take it back to down dog, tabletop, or puppy with the block still between those thighs. So spoiler alert, as we move towards a practice of backward bends, they're all governed by the legs. So the block is there as a moment to remind you, can you hug the legs towards each other? Imagine like you could shoot the block towards the back of the room. You'll feel your tush lift and lengthen to the sky. But then slide the ribs back, maybe the ears come back so they're in line with your chest, a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. Okay, one more awkward transition with the block still there. Lift the heels, teeny bend in your knees, and walk, skitter, hop your feet towards your hands with the block still there. Inhale to lengthen halfway, give the block a hug, and exhale to fold, bowing in. Okay, finally, let it go between your legs. Inhale to come all the way up to rise, sweep your arms up overhead, and exhale to let the hands come down by your sides. Nice, shake it out, take a breath, and feel both feet on the ground underneath you. Anytime I do that block work, I don't know if you did this as a kid, it was always a prank that my cousins played on me where you stick your hands in a doorway and you press and then you walk away. Did anyone do this? And, okay, that's what I feel with the block still there. If you haven't done it, I don't know if it's real or if it's imaginary, but I feel the phantom block between the thighs, which is what I'm trying to get you to notice. So take a breath, reach the arms up, grab your right wrist, grow 1 inch taller, and tip to the left for standing crescent. As you tip to the left-hand side, can you slide the ears back to lift your chin? Maybe the arms come back to broaden in line with the chest. And now inhale to come up through center, switch the wrists, grow tall through the left hand, and then up and over to the right. A breath here into the whole left side of your being. And notice everyone's looking great, but see if the head is moving forward, slide the ears back, the arms back as you tip over to the right. Inhale to come up through center, reach up to touch the sky. Exhale to fold, bowing in. Keep your right foot forward, step your left foot all the way back to catch your lunge. And now come high up onto your fingertips or blocks on either side of that. Wiggle your left toes back, get a drop longer in your stance. And now on your inhale, keep your hands down as you lift the chest. A big breath in. And exhale to fold. Slowly straighten the left leg. Let's do that twice more. Big inhale through to lunge. Bend the knee, lift up through the heart. And exhale to fold and let the right leg straighten. One more, a big breath in, reach long through the spine. And as you exhale, fold and straighten the right leg. Now pause here in this version of pyramid. For a moment, lift up through that back heel so you can wrap your left hip forward and tack your outer right hip back. Now, as much as you can keep those hips steady, maybe you begin to ground your left heel towards the floor to feel a bonus calf stretch, the back heel. Maybe you push your hands down and forward into the blocks to lift your right toes up off the floor, so just your right heel is on the ground. Take a full breath in and a longer breath out. Now on your next inhale, back it up, lower the right foot, bend your right knee, step your left foot forward to meet your right to come back into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Can you gently tone the belly as you reach your chest forward? Exhale to fold, bowing in. For the second side, left foot forward, step the right foot back to catch your lunge. Come or those fingertips on either side of the foot. When you wiggle your right toes back just a centimeter more, you can get longer. And now with your breath, inhale to lift up through the chest. As you exhale, fold and straighten the left leg. Twice more, inhale through to lunge. Take the whole breath in. And as you exhale, fold and let the left leg straighten. On your next inhale, come forward through to lunge. How long can you grow through the spine? And as you exhale, fold and let the left leg straighten. Pause here, lift the back heel for a moment so you can wrap your right hip forward and the left hip back, hoping that you get more into the belly of the left hamstrings. Now, as much as those hips stay steady, maybe the right heel starts to move towards the back of your mat and get heavier. Maybe as you push down and forward into those blocks, the left toes lift up off the ground. But take a full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Try to release the gripping of your fingers around the blocks as you bow in towards yourself. And now on your inhale, reverse. Lower the left toes, bend your left knee. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take all the time you need to get there. Pedal your heels one at a time. Notice what you feel. Now with your hands as wide as your mat, hug the imaginary block. Inhale through to plank pose. Exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to rise, Bhujangasana. Hug the imaginary block as you lift your heart. And on your exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, a deep breath in and a longer breath out. Wait for the next inhale to lift the right leg up and back. Step it through to catch your lunge. Pivot your back heel to the floor. And for extended side angle, climb your right forearm to the top of your right thigh. You might start with your left hand on your hip. You might reach your left arm up to the ceiling or reach your left arm overhead towards the front of the room. But now imagine like you had multiple blocks between your thighs that you didn't want to let them drop. Hug the legs towards each other. Guide the right knee open. And as you shrug the shoulder blades together, slide your ears back. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale, maybe bend one more inch into that right thigh. Now reach back through the left hand. On an inhale, rise for warrior two, shoulders over the hips as you descend into the front thigh. Can you look away from the earth? Reach out through the fingertips. Take a big breath in. Let the front leg get. Now press through the right foot. Turn your right toes to face the long edge of your mat. Either grab a strap between your hands at your low back or interlace your fingers, favorite thumb or pinky on top. Hug the shoulder blades together. Take a breath in to lift up through the chest. And as you exhale, fold over your legs as those arms reach overhead to the sky. Wide-legged forward fold with a shoulder stretch. Take a tiny bend in your knees, especially if they lock. Take a tiny bend in your elbows, especially if they lock like mine always do. And as you create some resistance, try to tug your strap or tug your fingertips apart to bring the shoulder blades closer together on your back.
A big breath in and a longer breath out. And now inhale to release your hands back to your tush. Ditch the strap if you have it. Turn the right knee and toes to catch your lunge. And step your right foot back to meet your left for down dog. Let those hands come as wide as your mat a few more times together. Inhale brings you to plank pose. Hug the imaginary block. Exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Wait for your inhale to rise, Cobra. Hug the imaginary block. And exhale brings you back to downward facing dog. A full breath in to steady yourself. A longer breath out to lift your hips to the sky. And now from your down dog, float the left leg up and back. Step it through to catch your lunge. Pivot your back heel to the floor. Parsvakonasana, extended side angle, left forearm to the top of your thigh. Maybe the right hand starts on your hip and stays. You might reach the right arm to the ceiling or overhead. But when you hug those legs towards each other and guide your left knee open, can you hug the shoulder blades together, slide your ears back, take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale, bend into the left thigh as you grow taller through the top of your head. And now legs stay the same. Reach back through the right hand like someone's tugging you to rise. Inhale to come up, warrior two. Stay for the exhale and bend into the front thigh. Look away from the ground. Grow tall through the head as you reach out through the fingertips. A deeper breath in and a longer breath out. Now press that left leg straight. Turn your left toes to face the long edge. Strap between your hands once again, or interlace that awkward thumb or pinky on top. Take a breath as you lift up through the chest. And on your exhale, we fold, bowing in as the arms reach to the sky. Now, teeny bend in the knees. Picture those blocks. Give your legs a hug in towards each other. And now as you tug apart, think shoulder blades together to broaden through the chest. A deeper breath in. Stay for the exhale. Maybe your head gets heavier to the earth as your arms head towards the brick wall side of the room. And then on your inhale, release those hands back to your tush. Turn the left knee and toes to catch your lunge. And we meet once again in downward facing dog. From your down dog, pedal the heels. Notice what you feel. To come onto your belly, some options. You can lower your knees to slither down. You can come through plank to lower all the way down, but come all the way to your belly. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest on your forehead or rest on one of your cheeks as you extend your long back behind you. Now close your eyes for a moment. And can you feel for the full fluency of your breath? We started a while ago laying on our backs, breathing into the back and front of your body. As you lay here on your belly, can you feel your breath broaden into all parts of you? Meaning the more you breathe into your belly, can the lowest part of your back broaden and widen? The more you breathe into your belly and up into your chest, feel the whole back of you expand and widen with breath. That's it. Now keeping that connection to your breath, a round of locust pose here on the ground, Shalabhasana. So stretch your legs long behind you, reach your arms alongside of you, and flip your palms down to face the floor. Before we fully lift, can you hug your thighs towards each other like there's an imaginary block there? Now hug the shoulder blades together. As you inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, float your arms up off the earth, and exhale to let the legs float up and away from the ground as you take flight. Close or let your eyes soften. Think inner thighs towards each other, and then inseams, insides of your pants to the sky, like your pinkies could face the floor. Now hug the shoulder blades together. Lift your palms a centimeter more. A big breath in. And on your exhale, release. Rest on the other palm or on your other cheek. You might wiggle your hips or windshield wiper your knees. But a full breath in through the nose and a longer breath out through your nose or mouth. Good. So for the first of the thigh stretches, Let's stay on our bellies for half frog, Ardha Bekasana. You get the option. I like to have a pillow with my hands and let my forehead rest. It creates a lot more space in the low back. You might come up onto your forearms, more in a sphinx shape with your elbows under your shoulders. But anywhere you are, keep your left palm or your left forearm down. Bend your right knee and hand around for the right foot. Belly down, thigh stretch. Good. Now think of these actions. Press your right thigh down into the floor. Hug your thighs towards each other. Imaginary block. And now as you shrug your right shoulder up and back, begin to kick your foot back into your hand to notice what you feel in the right thigh. A deep breath in and a long exhale out. Now slowly, gently release the hold of the right foot and switch sides, either right forearm under your shoulder or a pillow with your right hand. Bend your left knee and reach your left hand around for the left foot. That's it. As you press your left thigh down into your sticky mat, hug those inner thighs towards each other. This might clear space in the left side of your low back. Now as you shrug your left shoulder up and back, take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. Press the thigh down into the floor as you kick your foot back into your hand. On your next inhalation, with care, release the hold of your leg. Plant your palms. Curl your toes, press up through to tabletop. Come up to your hands and your knees. Sit back onto your heels, sip some water, take a breath or two. Too hot, toasty, or feeling okay? Okay. Fans can go on, layers can shed, but let me know if you want some movement and air. Let's take a few moments on the knees. So if you'd like to pad your knees up with a blanket, please feel free to do so. But come onto all fours in your tabletop position. And let your hands come as wide as your mat. Really take up the space between your palms. Now stretch the right leg back behind you. We'll start with a calf stretch. Reach through your right heel as you slide your chest forward. A deep breath in and down. Stay for your exhale as you offer the breath out. Now keep the right leg long as you draw your right heel forward over the ankle. Lift the right foot up off the ground. And now bend your right knee like you can make a perfect footprint on the ceiling with your right heel. Lift your right inner thigh to the sky. And now tent up onto those left fingertips. So right leg is lifted, left fingertips are light. Stay here looking forward. Or you might reach your left hand around to grab onto the big toe side edge of that right foot. Hug the right thigh to the left. Shrug your left shoulder up and back. And as you kick your foot back into your hand and lift the right heel, maybe your belly twists open to the left for twisted half bow. A deeper breath in. Stay for one more exhale. And then on an inhale, slowly come back through center. Release your arm and your leg and come back to tabletop. A round of breath or two in stillness. Maybe cat and cow to link movement and breath back together. But notice what you feel here. For the second side, when your hands are as wide as your mat, it gives you a more stable surface area to balance on. And let's begin with the calf stretch. Reach the left leg back. Reach through your left heel and think bottom of your heart forward so you grow longer in every direction. Good. Draw the left heel back over the toes. Now on your inhale, lift the whole left leg up off the ground. Bend your left knee. Flex the foot like you could raise the roof with your left heel. Now lift up through the chest. Come up onto your right fingertips. Breathe here. Stay here the whole time. Or to play with some balance, maybe your right hand reaches around to grab onto the left foot. The left thigh might want to open up to the left. Hug the imaginary block. Left thigh to the right. Shrug your right shoulder up and back. And as you kick your foot back into your hand and lift the heel to the sky, turn your belly open to the right. A breath. Stay for the exhale. And then on an inhale, release long through the limbs. Lower hand and knee back to the floor. Tabletop. A breath or two in cat and cow. And notice what it is you see and feel. And now from your table, as you come back through center, all the breaths you need to meet a downward facing dog. Walk your hands forward. Walk your knees back. Curl your toes to lift your knees and hips up and away from the ground. A deep breath in and a longer breath out. From your down dog, lift the heels, soften your knees, walk your feet to the middle of your mat, bring your hands to the middle of your mat to meet yourself somewhere in the middle. On an inhale, come up halfway to lengthen. As you exhale, fold and bow in. Take a breath in to rise, stand down through your legs, reach up, touch the sky. And exhale to let the hands come down by your sides. Nice. Shake it out, sip some water. A few standing hip openers. And then we'll go into bow pose. Questions about anything we've done so far? Feeling okay? Great. So from standing, have your blocks framing out the front of your mat. You might use them. For standing, figure 4, feet under your hips. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees and sit your hips low. Now lean all of your weight into your left foot. Lift your right heel and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Do your best to flex that right foot like it's standing on solid surface. Breathe right here. Sometimes those blocks high out in front of you let you hold something solid. Your hands might come to your chest. They might reach up overhead. But take a deep breath in, down, and wide. Stay for the exhale, lift up through the heart, and let your hips get heavy. Now inhale to come all the way up to rise. Lower both feet to the floor, shake it out, take a breath or two, and let's switch sides. Start with your hands on your hips. With your feet underneath you, bend your knees, get heavy through the tush. Lean into the right foot, lift your left heel, and cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Ooh, that one feels weird. Not weird, but sensational in the left hip. Think hips to the back of your mat as you lift your heart up to the sky. And anywhere your hands are to steady you, on blocks, on the wall, in front of your chest, take a big breath in and down. Stay for the exhale as you offer the breath out. On an inhale, we come up to rise. Lower the feet to the ground. Shake it out. Take a breath. One last variation, a standing twist. So soften both of your knees. Lean into your left foot and lift your right heel. Your hands can hold onto the right knee or shin. Another variation I love is bringing the right foot onto a block high out in front of me. But soften the standing knee, flex the right foot, and shrug your shoulders up and back. Now keep your left hand holding your right shin. Bring your right hand to your low back. Shrug your right shoulder to the ear. Squeeze the right shoulder blade to the spine, and from your belly, begin to twist towards the brick wall. Breathe here. Maybe your right hand reaches towards the back of the room for counterbalance. Maybe your left hand holds your right calf or your ankle as you extend the right leg forward towards the front of the room. But a deep breath in and a longer breath out. Now on your inhale, come back through center and lower both feet to the floor. Shake it out, see what you feel. Last side, soften your knees, let them be soft and pliable. Lean into that left foot, lift your left heel, thank you, and let your hands come in front of the left knee and shin. Remember, the block is there as a tall platform shoe for you to hold on to something. But think shoulders together and onto the back as you lift up through the chest. I like to look ahead to steady my balance as you keep your right hand on your right shin and bring your left palm to your low back. Shrug your left shoulder to the ear, squeeze the left shoulder blade onto the spine, and then perhaps that left arm reaches to the back of the room. But with each inhale, can you grow longer through the chest? With every exhale from your belly, turn to the flat wall. If you did so on side one and want to explore, maybe your right hand holds your left calf or your ankle as you extend that leg forward. A deeper breath in, a longer breath out, and then on your inhale, unwind, lower both. Inhale to rinse it out, reach up, touch the sky, and as you exhale, fold over your legs. Walk your hands to the top of your mat, step your feet to the back of your mat to bring it back to downward facing dog. And now from your down dog, inhale through to plank pose. Exhale to meet all the way onto your belly. Does everyone have one therapy ball that they can work with? If you don't, Gashika and I can bring some over to you. You can stay down. Let's take a few moments to roll out the thighs. So you can take the therapy balls, remove one from its little pouch, and stand down on your, bring it right above your right knee, somewhere at the bottom of your right thigh. That's it. And when you find some place that you can breathe in, I like to make a pillow with my hands, let myself rest on my forehead or on one of the cheeks. Begin to bend and straighten the right leg. See what you feel when the knee is bent versus straight. Now the next time you bend your right knee, let it stay bent and move the right knee to the right and foot to the left. And then draw the knee through center and knee to the left and foot slightly to the right. So you feel yourself rolling from inner to outer thigh. Good. As you continue for a few more rounds, can you let the fingers soften, the chest be heavy, and the breath be full? Deepen the next breath in, and even open your mouth to let the breath go. Let's find somewhere slightly higher. So the next time your knee comes through the center, use your hand and pull the therapy ball up, come more to the middle of your leg. Rest on the other palm or on the other side of your cheek. And once again, begin to bend and straighten the knee. Bye, Lisa. Thank you. The next time you bend the knee, let it stay bent. And move the knee to the left and to the right. So you go from inner to outer thigh. Big inhales in, and even open your mouth to really let that breath go. And now the next time your knee comes back through the middle, pop the therapy ball out, stretch your legs long behind you, and before we go to the second side for a moment, just notice what you feel. There's so many parts of us that you don't necessarily see with your eyes, but that exist under the surface of your skin. So as you take a breath in between sides, can you breathe into the memory of the therapy ball? See where it was, what it's done, and how you feel around it. And now when the time comes, we'll do the same thing on the second side. You can find the other therapy ball, or the same one, and start right at the bottom of your left thigh, somewhere above your left knee. Get as comfortable as you possibly can in your upper body. And again, no new things on the second side. Start to bend and straighten and bend. And the next time you bend your left knee, let the knee go from left to right, inner to outer thigh. Can you unclench the tush? Let that right leg be as heavy as possible. Let the belly be soft and full. As you slow and steady your breath down. And now after a few breaths at the base of your thigh, you can pull the therapy ball up more to the middle. Rest on the other cheek or on the other palm. Continue breathing as you let the knee bend and straighten. And let the knee go from left to right. A breath or two as you are. And after a few rounds of breath in the middle of that left thigh, pop the therapy ball out, stretch your legs long behind you, close your eyes, and just see what a difference feels like from leg to leg. I don't know a lot of the technicals about bow and arrows as weapons themselves, but I assume they need to be like oiled and maintained in order to find their fullest potential. And so if we're carrying that metaphor, this yoga practice and this work with the therapy balls is attuning yourself to your own instrument, the instrument of your breath, of your body, to align yourself with the direction you want to move towards. So now we'll take 3 rounds of Dhanurasana, bow pose. The first one will be with the arms free, unbound, similar to locust, but your knees will be bent. So stay on your belly, reach your arms alongside of you, flip your palms to face the floor, and now bend your knees as you flex your feet. A few things, feel that imaginary block between your thighs, so hug the thighs towards each other. Now shrug the shoulder blades together. As you inhale, lift your head, lift your heart, float your arms up off of the earth, and exhale to lift your heels up towards the ceiling. Can you hug the imaginary block? Lift the heels, and as you hug the shoulder blades together, lift your palms, breathing a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale as you offer the breath out. And now slowly release all the way back to your belly, rest on your cheek or on your forehead, and fill your entire torso with breath. Let it wash its way over you. Take another breath in, down, and wide. As you exhale, offer all of that breath out. So for round 2 out of 3, you might have noticed this version that we just did, unbound bow pose, will give you lots more room in the lower back and more space in the chest, and it really works those hamstrings. If you'd like, your hands might reach around for the feet this time. That'll give you a little more leverage to lift up, but if that creates any tension in the low back, keep those arms free. But for the second round, bend your knees, flex your feet, hug the imaginary block. Now either reach your arms alongside of you, palms to the floor, or let your hands catch the pinky side edges of your feet. On your inhale, lift your head, lift your chest. If your arms are free, float them up off the ground. Everyone, kick your heels back, lift your heels to the sky to take flight, a breath. Feel the imaginary block, hug the thighs together. Feel the memory of the therapy balls, press the legs back, lift the heels up. Take a big breath in. One more exhale, and then slowly release as you lower to the other cheek, the other forehead, or the other palm. A breath. Let it wash its way over you from belly to heart and heart to belly. And now round 3 out of 3. You are more than welcome to stay here, laying fully on your belly in full pranam. You might do the unbound version, or you might catch your hands might catch your legs. For the last and final round, bend your knees, bring both feet onto, flex your feet, point them to the sky. Shrug your shoulder blades together. And as you inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, kick back through the legs to lift up through the heels. Stay breathing. Now, if you're holding the feet, stay holding on to them. Kick your right foot back into your right hand, lift your right heel 1 more inch. Kick your left leg back into your left hand, lift your left heel 1 more inch. And now kick both legs back, lift both heels up, slide your ears back as you take 1 more breath in. And exhale to fully release all the way to the earth. Rest on one of those cheeks, on your belly. You might wiggle your tush from side to side or gently windshield wiper your knees, but a breath to fill you up and a longer breath out to soften into the earth. Now, one of the many but sweet counter poses for these belly down back bends is to come to one final downward facing dog to find all of those curves through the spine. So take your time to peel yourself away from the earth. Make your way to our last downward dog of class. In this down dog, let your hands be as wide as your mat. Lift your heels and really soften the knees so the backs of your legs can release. Now with the knees soft, stick your tush up and back to the wall behind you. Slide the ribs back and the ears back so your head is in line with your heart. Take a deep breath in. Stay for your exhale, push through your arms, lift your butt to the sky, and maybe let the heels get heavier to the floor as you keep lifting your tush to the ceiling. On your next inhale, lower both knees to the ground. Come to lay onto your back one more time with your head up towards me, feet to the wall behind you. Have one of your blocks within a grabbable distance. We're not doing any more core work, but you might use it as a support for your twist. Come to lay on your back, bend your knees, bring both feet one more time onto the ground. Feet as wide as your mat. Hands can rest on your belly or out to a side like a big T. And just like we did when we first started, those windshield wipers, drop your knees to the right. Take a big inhale to bring the knees up through center. And exhale to drop the knees to the left. One more time from side to side. Inhale to pull the knees up. Big exhale to let the knees drop over. Once you've gone evenly from side to side and you bring the knees back up through center, can you give the right leg a hug in towards your belly or chest? Start with some small circles in the right foot or ankle. Spread and point the toes. See what you feel at the sole of your foot. And now straighten your left leg long out in front of you. For a supine twist, let your left hand hold your outer right thigh and move the right thigh up and over to the left. I like to bring lots of blocks underneath that right thigh so the floor can really meet me where I am. Because think of this less of how deep of a twist can you be in, but how much can both shoulder blades and the back of your head soften to the ground. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Stay for the exhale, let the back of your head get heavier to the earth. And now on your inhale, bring the right knee back up through center, lower the right foot to the floor, give the left leg a hug in towards your belly or chest. Start with some circles in the left foot or ankle. Spread and point the toes. Notice what you feel. Straighten your right leg long. And as your right hand holds your left thigh for Supta Pada Gustasana C, a reclined twist, the left leg moves over to the right. As many blocks to support the left calf, the left thigh, even the left foot, as you let both shoulders and shoulder blades get heavy to the ground. Your left hand might rest on your belly or ribs. It might reach out to the side like a big T. And take a deeper breath in. And one more exhale to let that breath go. On your next inhalation, bring the knees back up through the middle. Give both of your legs a hug and a squeeze in towards your belly and chest. Make some small circles in one or the other direction. Lean gently from side to side or come into your version of happy baby. I'm going to show us that version. We've done a lot of asymmetrical work from side to side. See what it feels like to hold both legs simultaneously. And now, before we fully lay into rest, roll over onto one of your sides, press yourself up to a seat just to come see the setup for rest that we'll be in momentarily. You'll take two of your blocks, stack them at their flattest height, somewhere to the back of your mat. The bolster will roll up over the blocks, and the idea is the knees, your bent knees, will rest onto the blanket itself. When the knees soften, it really lets the low back settle to the earth, lets the belly be soft, and see if those heels can stay coming onto the ground to give you a sense of weightiness and grounding. If you have any questions about the setup, call either one of us over and we can move things around. But come to lay on your back with the bolster, with the blocks, perhaps the blanket, as your heels get heavy to the earth. Lindsay, you want a blanket? Sure. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And now come on up. Thank you.
You might let your hair down or set those glasses safely off to the side. You want a blanket, babe? Just for Patty. Do you want me to tuck you in? Veronica. You good there? And lay onto the earth. Let your eyes close or soften to listen for the sound of your breath. Back bends complete. The earth meets you as you are. And as you close or soften your eyes, can you let each round and cycle of your breath let your entire body get heavier to the ground? And it's here each breath slowly dissolves the entire practice that was. Each breath helps you arrive to where you are now. And every breath that comes after makes a little more space for what has yet to come. So as every round of your breath lets your body get heavier into the earth, the heavier your body becomes, the lighter and more spacious you may begin to feel. Begin to deepen your breath. Take a longer breath in and a sweeter breath out. Take another breath in, down, and wide. And as you exhale, offer all of that breath out. Begin to let your breath slowly awaken the body that you're in with any gentle movement that feels sweet to you. You might roll your ankles or wrists in one or the other direction. Perhaps you gently tip your head from one side to the other, heavy against its support. Or just being mindful of any props or those around you. You might reach your arms away from your legs or draw those knees in towards your own chest. But when the time comes, we'll all meet with the knees bent, arms overhead as you roll to any side of your choice, off of the support, and push into the earth to come up to rise to a tall seat, perhaps sitting on any of the propping that just supported you a moment ago. As you take a breath in, down, and wide, let it fill you up. And exhale to offer the breath up and out in every direction of your being. We'll finish our time together with one more of those same breaths. You can place your hands to center anywhere that may feel for you. As you take a deep breath in, to let it all go. Perhaps you bow your head to your heart or lift your hands towards your head in such a simple yet sincere gesture of self-reverence, bowing to your heart and the hearts of each other who practiced right alongside next to you. And Kashika and I bow to each and every one of you all. Thank you so much for choosing to be here. Thank you. Drink water, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. There's a couple of announcements because who knew that April was coming up so quick? I looked at the thing, I was like, oh right, I'm teaching in April. Saturday, April 5th, I've been teaching these advancing asana intensives that are just a very sweet, fun workshop style of getting to practice in good company with each other. There's so much space left. If there's any poses that you've been curious about, you want to break down, you want to hear in the company of others, I would love to see you there. Alex, who's on Zoom or online, is teaching an amazing Art of the Private workshop. If you've taken classes with her, she's a true gift, a witch in the best way, which is what I always say about her. She has gotten me to do and move in so many incredible ways. And this one's very far away, but it's closer than you think. June 21st is the summer solstice. And I'm so excited about it that Kale and I are going to be offering a live cello and yoga class. Kale is a cellist, and we did this last February. It's been a minute. But she'll be playing live cello for the whole class with a gentle, I'll be teaching. So if you want plans for the summer solstice in June 21st, it's a Saturday. My dad will be there, it's right here. He'll be there practicing probably so you can see. I always joke if I were to grow out my mustache in full form, him and I would be you would never be able to tell us apart, but I would love to see you. Does anyone else have announcements? Any things that you want to share, Molly? Still not yet.
I do have it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing a reading at the Free Library this coming Saturday, the 29th.
Yay.
At 2 o'clock. I'm reading from a novel that I wrote.
Oh.
So there's a flyer. It's 2 o'clock at the main branch.
Okay.
The Parkway Center.
Lovely. And this is Molly, if you didn't know. Free library this Saturday at 2.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's like a little flyer hanging up there.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for sharing. Everyone else good? I'll see you soon. Stay dry. Oh, in April we start chakras. It is. I think it's sometime in the afternoon.